Hello, hello, hello. Hi, how is everybody? Uh, Let me stretch myself real quick. Hello. I am doing pretty all right. I was really stressed about getting started this morning because while I was getting ready, my mom wanted to show off some of the art I've done. Which of course all y'all have seen, and you can go take a look if you go check out my socials in the Discord. That's not a shill, that's just where I put them. I mean, I would like if you went to follow my socials and join the Discord, but not again, not call to action. Just saying that's where you can find them if you want to look at them. Uh, and I also had to find reference because we are starting a new piece of fan art. We are doing an art piece of Marine Captain Axe Hand Morgan. I am Marine Captain Axe Hand Morgan. And I feel like Axe Hand Morgan is the first time in One Piece where the villain has gotten oh uh, uh like has a little bit of that weirdness that you really love to see in One Piece. Also, if you were here for Epic Gaming on Sunday, you might notice my mic is worse. That is because I have to replace my good mic for my drawing tablet, for those who are not in the know. And another thing that I fixed today that I didn't realize was broken. Okay, so since the Bendython, which was 3 weeks ago, a bit more than 3 weeks ago, I think, but not quite a month ago. My model on the just chatting screen for the YouTube stream specifically was not there. And I don't know why it wasn't there, but it was not. And so, bap, 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 bada. There we are. And so, like, I fixed that on YouTube. I should be in properly, which is awesome. Yes, I am looking and I am here. All right, that is fantastic. Alrighty. Let me find the music, folks. Mm. I also want to show off some progress I did. I actually might show that off before we get to working on Axan Morgan today. I can. Here it is. All right. I wanted to show off some progress I've made on the new just chatting model. Because that reminded me. So let me find the wrong one. Bit loud. Let me turn that down. There we go. Make sure that's looping. Alrighty. And now, let's make sure that that is open. And let me go to art time. Here we are. I made some progress on this morning. Checking YouTube to make sure that everything is correct. Seems like maybe there was just some delay. But yeah, no. I've been working a bit on the pants. I'm gonna need to work on them a bit more, just to add the tentacles a little bit, like down here. Like I've been working on that. Let me fix the aspect ratio. L plus aspect ratio plus get clowned idiot. Alright, there we fucking go. I am a little bit tired also. But I'm very happy with this so far. I've been checking out PNGTuber Remix. I've not downloaded it yet. But it seems like a good place to have the updated models once I get them done. And of course, I'm not gonna show off the full, like, new models and new scenes until, like, I'm done with the whole package, necessarily. Like, there's some that I can update, like, immediately once they're done. But, like, for some of them like this, I feel like I need to finish setting up the whole new setup. Because, and fun, awesome fact, uh, we are slowly improving this place as we go along. Ah. Alright, there we go. It says the stream's unstable. I hope that's okay. I hope that things end up okay. But yeah, showing this off, I'm very happy about it. I could actually remove that. I don't need to remove this one to sort of show what I'm talking about with this, but I've made some progress, on the baddie. I'm doing some progress on the legs and the tentacles and like the shoes that are in there. Because I want to make it very clear with this updated model, that it is a suit with the tentacles inside. That is incredibly important to me. If I take off this, which will be like a layer over top of it in the actual like final thing. Uh, That's 5 minutes. Awesome. Sly! Sly, I'm ill! If I get rid of that, you can also see that there's some in the hat. Which, very cool and awesome. So if I, now without further ado, and perhaps a don't, let me move that out of the way. You don't need to see my, epic and cool blankie. I have a blanket that's not the one there, in the image that I just hid. But I have a blanket, that's cut in half now. Because, the blanket was my cat Lou's favorite blanket. She would always, like, be on the blanket. And so, we took half of it and buried it with her, so now I sort of only have half the blanket. It means a lot to me. And it's underneath the one in that image. That is, which is another blanket that I have. Oh, I forget where I got it. Alright. Well, now, I honestly think, no, I don't want to rename. I think that this image is actually going to be a bit easier than some others. Because I don't need to focus too much on, like, well, I mean, it's 1 point perspective, which is a little bit of a breath of fresh air. Just a tiny bit though. Because we've been doing a lot of, like what's up, my clan? Not much. Not much. Uh, I fixed some problems with OBS that I didn't realize I was having until just now. Where my model wasn't showing up for the YouTube stream, since the Bendy-thon. I fixed that. I got some reference of Axehand Morgan. I actually need to get some more. I have them in my screenshots folder. Which is another thing I did. I finally, like, realized I could pin all of the folders I need to my taskbar, so I never need to go searching for them again. Like, they won't suddenly disappear on me if I don't use them enough. which I am stoked about because that means I can have my screenshots folder, I can have my images folder, I can have my Krita documents folder, I can have another folder. What's the other folder I have? My stream bits folder, which is where I keep my assorted like finished stream assets. I don't know if you were here for this, but I was showing off some of the progress I made on this. I've been working on the legs. I wish that OBS would play nice with the like with the textures that I was using, because I would be a lot further along on this if OBS liked fabric texture, but alas it does not. Like, it can handle these because they're still, but it really doesn't like it, like, moving fabric. And that was all over the place on the model, if you remember that. So, yeah, no, I've been sort of doing that. Because I want to get done with that one. I have the fortune teller. I want to get done with the new just chatting. I want to then start working on the gaming screen, because I want to get that one done. That one is also the ad timer went down, so it should start in just a moment. Yeah, just so you know, because you know I want to have the gaming screen done. I love all the assets that I work on for the gaming, but I would like to have a dedicated model and screen for it. I'll keep working on the thumbnails, obviously. I'm not gonna give up on doing the thumbnails as part of the art, but you know. Maybe I could turn those images into a, like, here's what you see if the game's not on screen sort of thing. In a specific section of it, but who knows? Again, we'll sort of figure that out. You know, how is it going with you? Ads. Ah. Why? Oh, because I was working on the other thing. No, no, Lord Vader, I don't want that. No. Speaking of Lord Vader, I actually think for once I can have the horizon be actually in the middle of the screen. But yeah, that's not related to Lord Vader. What is related to Lord Vader is I hope that pretty soon, not pretty soon, but you know, what? It's just one of those days. You know, one of these days we can get back to working on playing Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which reminds me, I need to get my grubby clown mitts on Lego Batman, the new Lego Batman. But I'd also like to play the other Lego Batmans before that, because I've never played a Lego Batman besides, like, a demo for Lego Batman 2. Bam. I've been redeveloping my calluses. Congratulations! It's always nice to have a healthy callus farm, you know? Yeah, you gotta make sure you have them for the harvest. Ba, ba, ba. This is something I would have liked to do a bit off screen, is the perspective lines, but you know, I was busy giving my art to my mom to show off to people that I barely know. For context, it was the fortune teller and the Poco thumbnail, which are probably two of the pieces that I'm happiest with currently. like as an artist. You need them for your guitar. I need them. Yeah, no, your guitar feeds off calluses. Also, for wood work, that is true. Oh, you've seen that video of the guy who like literally took his calluses and rubbed his hand on a piece of wood and it's sandpapered. You see, I just need mine for opening my water bottle. I have very strong grip strength, and it doesn't necessarily match my silky soft clown skin, you know. So I get calluses from trying to open my water bottle when I close it too tightly. Which is very awesome and cool. Yeah, sandpaper's a little bit expensive in this economy. I mean, everything's expensive in this economy, but you know. Callus fingertips are useful because it ironically means you don't have to press as hard on your guitar. Oh, true, and also it means that you have literally tougher skin so that you don't like hurt yourself as much while playing the guitar. You know, plus a bunch of other things. Calluses are your body protecting itself from repeated abrasions. All right, I'm going to copy this. I am going to bam, and then I'm going to mirror vertical. Yes. My favorite Sonic characters, vertical and horizontal. These are real characters, and they're awesome. Because they turn into interdimensional robotic gods. I need to read the Archie comics. Also, during winter, I get callus on the side of my pinky finger from tightening my bootlaces. Oh, yeah. Yeah, fair. And, yeah, I need to grow myself some more calluses. I'm in the career track of a lot of physical labor. And so, you know, it'll happen. Natural resources is a very physically laborious career path. A lot of people don't actually really know that, but it's true. You know, they don't want you to know this, but it's true. Natural resources is very physically intensive. And so, you know, there's a reason that I go out and walk every day and do other exercises. Like I do a lot of squats, I do a lot of leg lifts, some deadlifts. Is one, it just makes me feel better. I no longer have back pain ever since I've been doing those deadlifts. I swear, like it literally solves so many problems to just do a little bit of exercise. But also because like that extra bit is needed for, you know, being out all day in the woods, in the forest, in the grasslands, in the deserts, traveling up mountains, you know, that sort of thing. We collect hops from the prairies. Uh, I will make the thing pink. Or I guess magenta. Also, that one Swedish guy. I remembered. So that Swedish guy in the new Hunter the Parenting episode, the way he says bye, is like spelled with a J, which I know it makes the yeah sound at the end. But I look at it, I double take it, and go, wait, is he referring to me, Baj? Bajangles? And no, he's saying bye. Alright, so. Let's say, yeah, this is a part of the sketching where I forgot that I locked my alpha again. About there's good. I'll have to double check. All right. He goes bye. Also, I love that he's like, we would allow you to say your last goodbyes. That's not where he says bye. You know, by the way, but but you know, that's yeah, him basically like very lightheartedly threatening Marcus is very funny. We will have to take him. Which, by the way, sorry that my Swedish accent is not great. Like he sounds like he's voiced by Alpha Busa, if I'm not mistaken. I need to double check the credits, but it's not the funny Alpha Busa voice. Exactly. Yeah, no, they actually got you. But well, actually, it would probably be somebody else because you know they are naturally adverse to conflict. Yeah, that simple as. Also, I love that you referenced that in RPG chat, and I didn't realize that it was like a reference to the new episode because I didn't know the new episode came out as of you know the other day. But then you know I saw it on my feed, I watched it, I had a great time. Yeah, it's definitely an actual Swedish accent. Yeah, no, it's definitely like like an actual Swede or somebody who is very good at the accent did that. Apparently the what's his name? He's the guy that was drinking all the coffee. Apparently he's Czech, and like his Czech accent was apparently not very good. Huh. Don't mind me, Emil. Which is very funny, or not very funny, but it's very interesting. I had to do research on this, but you know, upon thorough research, I've determined that Czech people are real, and well, to be fair, my accent isn't very Norwegian, really. I listen. You're the only Norwegian I have to go off of, so yeah, I've just sort of been trusting you with I guess I mean, I'd consider it warranted authority, but you know, maybe I was wrong. I might need to get a little bit of a closer look at this desk, but I believe that the bottom of it is very broad. I want to make sure that there's enough, like, height that I can show the floor. You do not have much of an accent in English, or at least not a very Norwegian one. Ah, and I guess that's fair. Oh, you reminded me. Translates Nova showed up yesterday for Multiplayer Monday. She is delightful. I understand why she moved away from Poland, but I don't really know why she moved to the Midwest. I don't really know why. That is a decision that she made, and I guess I can't judge, but you know, I live in a weirdly good place in the United States, so I don't know, maybe it's just that everywhere else is shit. Who knows? I'm having a really hard time seeing this magenta. I don't know why I did this to myself. There we go. Sure. Let me pop that up real quick, just for my own personal viewing. Jens Stoltenberg English. YouTube is loading. YouTube short. I hear a lot of similarities between his accent and your accent. Yours is definitely a bit more mellow, but I guess on his part it's intentional to be a bit more. Uh, uh, like one of the things that I like can recognize in your voice is how you say actually. I can't quite mimic it. It's not the fart that kills you, it's the smell. Exactly. Exactly. Uh, but like the way that you end it, like it's something like actually, is like is like very iconic. It brings my brain joy. So sometimes I have it as a vocal stim. It's just you saying actually, and it's delightful. I hope you know this isn't making fun of. This is delightful. Do not change it. Oh, I forgot. I don't have water next to me right now. I went to grab for my water bottle and it empty. I've done it on the wrong layer, Kronk. I need to undo that. Actually, no, I don't need to undo it. I'm powerful. I'm powerful and cool. I just need to get rid of that so that I can actually see. Bam. Oh yeah, it's on the wrong layer. Fap. And then I will call you Paint Layer 3. Bam. And then with you points evilly with my big evil finger. 25? No, that's not enough. How about 50? 50's more reasonable. Wop wop. You know, definitely is exaggerating the masculinity of the Scandinavian accents deliberately, so probably, yeah, probably. You know, wants to come off as cool and mysterious. I cannot do his accent to for the life of me. I am going to practice. But him going up, which you are not supposed to know about, is very funny. Like he's talking about this whole group, and he's like, "You're not supposed to know about it, but I'm telling you anyways." I find him really unsettling. Like I actually find I forget his name, but because I don't remember any of the names of the people in uh like in the coalition except maybe like what was her name, like Benedicta. Like I remember Benedicta, but it seems like she's the most important one of the coalition because you know they team up by the end. You know, I think the ones the one I like the most is that one guy from the like union with like the flat cap on. I like him a lot. His voice is really nice. No, like it sounds like how we speak when we mockingly do an over the top Norwegian or Swedish accent in English. Ah, yeah. So he's literally playing it up, which I think is kind of awesome. That does bring to mind though, if he's intentionally like playing it up, like I wonder. It sort of goes into the thing of like he's hiding things, you know, because like what if everything he said about himself was absolute bullshit? What if what if he didn't actually see gnomes? What if he's lying about the gnomes? What if they're not real? What or maybe what if what he saw wasn't a gnome? Not what if what he saw wasn't a gnome, but like what if the gnomes are lying to him? Who knows? Because like he is a member of a secret service, right? Like as a character, so it would make sense that everything he says is sort of filled with half truths and lies and everything. Like he probably is a he, which also translates to Santa. When he saw Santa, uh, he saw Santa and he got in contact with the proper authorities, and they found out Santa was real. My brain froze for a moment. All right, merge that. I think I can merge you now as well and say a perspective lines. Maybe just perspective. There we go, just perspective. Man, I can't believe he saw Santa. I don't know what he was doing there outside of Lapland, but you know. Yeah, sometimes you have to wonder. Desk, SKCH, 1. Bam. Yeah, my favorite character is probably that, like I said, that one Union guy in the flat cap. His voice is really good. Like him a lot. I find his friend really upsetting. He reminds me of the Union leader in Disco Elysium, like especially his voice. Oh, they have their own Santa? Well, you know what? That makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense than just one Santa going around the world. It's just he goes, ho ho ho, go my army of Santas. Like like Emperor Thrag going, go my army of children. Brah! Let's see if I can pop over that specific image. Thrag's Thrag army meme. I need to find a specific one because I find it really funny. Discord, no! Discord, I will kill you! I will... Task manager, Discord, end task. Be gone. I wanted my screenshots. I wanted my screenshots. Give them to me. This one, this image in particular makes me so fucking happy. Live in the bar, and then at Christmas we leave out a bowl of a rice porridge for him usually. Oh, that's sweet. It reminds me a little bit of the stories of things like hobgoblins, where like you have to leave out some cream and some bread crust for them, or else they'll invert your cow and swap the eyes and ears of your two daughters. Yeah, that sort of thing. You know, it's really all about hospitality, and paying your workers. You know, if you don't pay your workers properly, they will blight your crops. A lot of English like legends come from the Angles, the Saxons, the I forget if they pronounced it back then as Jutes, or if it's Utes, because I know now it's like Jutland. But you know the language changes. Uh, which would have been near, you know, like in and near Denmark. So like a lot of the folklore traditions of England, not to mention because of the Danelaw that happened later, can trace back to like similar roots as, you know, a lot of Danish, Norwegian, Swedish legends. They changed a lot over time, obviously, but I feel like they have similar roots. Oh, which reminds me, I was looking at a lot of legends and folklore in England specifically because I'm doing research for my setting, and I found something fascinating. There is a common trend of what are referred to as decapitation games. If you've seen things like Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, that's part of that tradition where, like, usually a giant will challenge somebody to a decapitation game where you cut off their head, then they get up and say, "Oh, in this amount of time, you will be decapitated." And how you win is that you go and keep your word, and usually, like, that's how you win versus, like, you know, having your head cut off. And it's sort of legends about, you know, it's good to keep your word and be honorable. That's sort of the thing. Yeah, usually your head actually gets cut off if you don't go. Oh, thank you, Nightbot. Very cool. But like, that's a much older, like, Celtic thing. I'm allowing that because that was way too. I understand. I understand that. When he saw, oh dear God, oh dear God, terrifying. Little old man, terrifying. A Twitch. That is not. That is not the N word. That is. That is just not English. That is just not English. That's just not English. I approve that. But yeah. There's a classic story of a shoemaker cobbler dressing up as Santa and giving out gifts to children for a family of. I don't know how to pronounce that, but Twitch got rid of that word. It's still censored. In return for the dad of that family doing the same for his family. Ah! Wait, that's the wrong brush. Kills you. Kills you dead. Kills you absolutely silly style. Well, that word may be used as a is used in the same way that you call someone a gnome is, which doesn't apply if you're actually talking about gnomes. Automod is based off of English, I believe, and it was way too close to the N-word, so that might be why it sort of it got a little testy. I didn't know that was a word that was used as a derogatory term, like the actual word. I also check meme chat. Unless it's something new, I saw, I saw them. I saw the Santa. I saw them. Oh, as I said, oh no, terrifying, a little old man. Absolutely horrifying. I can't believe it. Oh my God, I need to not have it mirrored. Oh, my intelligence sometimes scares me. Absolutely terrifying. But calling when they're not dressed up as one would generally be an insult. Ah. Well, you see, it's an insult because they don't want you to know the truth that they're actually a little gnome. Yeah, they don't want you to know this. I'm trying to look back at what it's called. Give me it. The people of G Continent, don't want you to know that gnomes are real, and so they made it an insult. In any capacity. I believe this is the right way. Should be. I've learned many things about Norway in my time streaming, frankly. I hope I learn more, for one simple reason. It will help me destroy Norway. No, I'm kidding. I have no reason to do anything but enjoy the existence of Norway. I don't like monarchies or any such similar systems in any capacity, but you know that's not really something I can. You know it's like the pot calling the kettle black. You know it's you know look at what Trump's doing. Yeah, can't really say much. And you know, as far as I know, the royal family in Norway have not done nearly as much bad stuff recently. Is that correct? Give that sweet, sweet knowledge unto me. Okay, that box seems about correct. It'll probably be called the the G service. What does the G mean? Like that feels like something that means something. Like, is it just that the services are all, like, numbered? So there's, like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Any extra letters in there that I don't remember the names of, but I remember the look of. The son of one of the princesses from a previous marriage, though? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I remember hearing about that. Was, if I remember, was it a sort of let's just say Prince Andrew type issue? Ah, so many lines. Me, John Cocaine, my love lines. Yeah, fair. Okay, it looks like I'm not gonna really be able to show the top of the box. I might be able to show a little bit, but maybe I can hand wave it. The fact that one of the princesses apparently emailed Epstein. Ooh, that's a bad look. Ooh, that's awful. It's on its own, you know. There are some things that are inexcusable, like being emailed by Epstein. I mean, we'd have to look at if he responded or not, but you know, there have been people that were emailed by him that just didn't fucking respond like a normal person, you know. Like I forget his name, but there's this one guy who like they wanted to invite to dinner and just said no, didn't respond. I was like, yeah, no, he didn't even say no. He didn't respond at all. And so like it did not look good. Ooh. It'd be nice if something like that would cause a national controversy, but you know, sometimes you simply just have to cry. Are you gonna cry? Piss your pants, maybe? Maybe shit and come, you know? all the sort of things. Sometimes when your country is telling you, haha, poopy stinky, sometimes you have to cry a little. Okay, so that's the middle. Uh, 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 I went to the middle and Malcolm said you weren't there. Curious. Time for the awesome and cool, like, quill pen holder. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, what next about the coalition? I like the conversation they had about the rapture. I have a lot of opinions on it. I have a lot of opinions on it. Mostly that the rapture is bullshit and is not real scripture. And the people that directly believe in the rapture are believing fan fiction even more so than like people who believe that hell is like in Dante's Inferno. Also, one of the princes believed in angels and married a shaman, but people tend to not point out how sketchy the guy seems to. Uh, ah, yikes. A princess. Listen, I was just willing to accept a gay prince, okay? I was willing to accept a gay prince. Who's different from the artist formerly known as Prince. No, no, I said fingerprints. I don't think so. Yes, I will be basically copying this pen. I don't want to put the. Frankly, I think it's fine. My head gets blown in. Actually, you come through my door, and sort of Putis engage, like, erase me. Like, you flick me and all my flesh comes out. Honestly, I didn't know you could do that, but... Yeah, you actually learned the Hercules method. I need to read that comic. I forget what it's called, but I saw a video on it the other day. I was like, that looks pretty cool. It's very bloody, though. I also need to catch up on Absolute Batman. I think it's been updated. And also Absolute Wonder Woman. Because I saw an image that was shown somewhat recently of Absolute Wonder Woman with Absolute Ares behind her. What is it? Let me see if I can pop it up, actually. An image in new tab. Like, I don't know if this is an official art. I think this is official, but this is like so fucking good. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Give me just a moment to go to my screenshots, which I no longer have to search for. It's right there. Look at this! Look at it! Look at it! I was trying to do a Patrick Star, but I ended up doing more of a Saw Gerrera. I will send you to Borgullet.
Poor gullet. Now tell me, do I look pretty? Just remember that poor gullet sees all.
Yeah, like look at this, and the big fur plume at the over the shoulders, and the cool ass helmet, and and the way that like the breastplate still has the Wonder Woman W on it. Ah, and the way that Ares looks. Oh, because like it really looks like there's nothing behind the armor. The armor is the god. Oh, and the way it's blue with like the red inside. It's so good. It believes, among other things, that 5G is a conspiracy. Of course, children get cancer because they want it. That's a new one. That's a complete new one to me. I need to keep that in my back pocket. Casual sex attracts subterranean spirits. Listen, man. Listen, man. The hill people just want to get in on the action. It's fine. The people under the hill just want to get in on the action. There's nothing suspicious about that. Claims to be a reptilian. That's new. Nobody's ever claimed to be that before. And to have had foreknowledge of 9/11 but not warned the US about it. Oh, I heard that one actually. I remember hearing that somebody in Norway claims that one. But now I put the name to the person. Honestly, I blame the US for him. He is from there after all. I mean, yeah, I also blame the US on Boris Johnson being alive, because he was born in the US. Huh. But yeah, no, that is a new one to me. Children get cancer because they want it. What a fucking statement. I don't want to push past that one. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. I here's my, I guess, controversial take. Children get cancer because cancer is awful and is simply your body fighting against itself because some of your cells decide to take on a life of their own and become a fucking parasite. Okay, that is what cancer is. Children do not want cancer. There is a whole institution, St. Jude's, who like dedicate their time and their lives to trying to stop and help like treat childhood cancer. And if I had the money, I would donate to them because they do fucking good work. I will one day have the money. I believe that we can do it. I will one day have the money to donate to people like St. Jude's and the Oregon Food Bank and like all these different places, and like a bunch of other like local things so that I can help improve my community. But you know, St. Jude's is one of the non-local ones that I want to help participate in because they just, you know, cancer sucks. I have had relatives that have suffered from cancer. It's not fun. And it's doubly awful when it's children involved in that. My grandmother suffered from breast cancer twice. Had to go through chemotherapy. And so I find trying to find cures and effective treatments to cancer very important. Like, some of my friends and I will make cancer jokes occasionally, but you know. Apparently he's bisexual, so you know, you win some, you lose some. Ah, but here's the thing, though. The founder and CEO of OpenAI is gay. Queer-owned business means nothing. And I don't mean gay as in speculation. I mean I think either currently has or has had boyfriends. James Charles exists. So, you know, being bisexual doesn't automatically make them a better person, you know. That's pretty gay of him. Thank you, Automod, for having that censored. Yeah, that's pretty gay. They want to keep an eye on everybody, including men? Bro, you want to look at men? That's pretty gay. We're gonna merge that with the layer below. Hello, I am Lord Frieza. I am Lord Frieza. I'm going to kill you. What if I?
What if I just suddenly exploded? Hey kid, do you want to see a dead body? Oh!
You know, everybody, like I swear, everybody in the fucking Republican Party and other right wing parties across the world, all gay and sad about it. Which is why the leftists are the better option, because you get to be gay and open about it. As simple as. You get to be gay and open about it, and so you don't feel bad. Like, for instance, our governor. The governor of Oregon. Listen, if she doesn't have a secretary under her desk at all times, she is not doing it right. I say that with nothing but love. She has been doing great stuff. We've been having a lot of green energy, like solar and wind power. That's been coming online, being approved, being everything. Very cool. I need to get rid of this. Lord Frieza. Your business has been foreclosed, Vegeta. I need... Yes, of course. Okay, so no, I actually need that. Now that I think about it, the hunter organization in Norway is probably called T-Service, short for... Oh... I don't even know where to start. No wonder it's short for that. Imagine like you come across a T-Service agent, and suddenly I like, yes, T-Service, and they go, no, it's this, and then you have to say they require you to say it in full, or else they kill you. You made the iPhone, I'm going to kill you. Troll intelligence service? Well, I have found through my studies that trolls do tend to be pretty intelligent. Except when they're not. But oftentimes they are at least human intelligence. Now, wild men, however, which is a completely different folklore thing, are often not intelligent. That's, again, a complete different folklore thing, the wild men. Which I'm pretty sure is actually where we get like Bigfoot from, because there's no like actual like native folk history, like folklore history or anything for Bigfoot. So my theory is that it comes from originally comes from the European like wild man thing of like, ah yes, there's a hairy man in the woods that goes against civilization and is the antithesis of the progress of man and God. I like when they have like wild women, they're also hairy. I love that. It's just like, yeah, no, everybody's hairy. Fuck you. It shows like some random like shepherd or some shit from like the 1200s, but with a modern T-shirt that says "I heart rainforest pussy." Yeah, as God intended, of course, you know. Ad start in 5 minutes. Oh, joyous, joyous, joyous day. Yeah, but I just realized, you know, it does make sense. I don't think we get Bigfoot from hunters stumbling upon furries yipping in the forest. No, 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 no. No, no, that's not. No, no, that's not what happened. No, no, that's where you get the werewolf. That's where you get the werewolf. That's why in older werewolf myths, like either you can get the person's wife or mother to like throw the clothes at them and they'll transform back. It's off that fursuit and put on some real clothes. It's late. Go back to bed. Go back to fucking bed. You'll catch a fucking cold. I mean, you know. But, you know, it is a neat trend of like, ah, yes, there's wild men out. As like a myth. You know, I wonder where that comes from, because that's not just like that's very much not just a European thing. Like, there are a bunch of different myths, like all the way from the Americas, all the way to you know, Africa, Asia, Oceania. I believe Oceania. I believe they have myths about wild men. They might not. I don't know. But like, it is a common thing. But like, you know, some people get it from different places. Like, for instance, places where people and orangutans like intersect. There's stuff relating to the orangutans and stuff like that, because they're the forest people. They don't talk simply because they don't want people to realize that they're smart enough to pay taxes, you know. Which, if it was found out later that that's just true, that like, I'd fully believe it. I'm gonna be completely honest. I would not doubt that for a fucking second. No, I fully believe that orangutans are smart enough to pay taxes. They just don't want to, and it's a big thing of like, fuck, oh, fuck, shit. We can't let them know that we're, like, smart. They'll make us pay money. Fuck, shit, dude. Alright, there we go. And then if I erase these. Yes, quite splendid, if I do say so myself, and I perhaps do. Yes, quite. But, I find it fascinating that people are like, yes, the Bigfoot, it traces back to native myth. And it's like, from the research that I've done, it is a very modern American invention, Bigfoot. And there's a lot of stuff from native myth that we steal and co-opt into our own, like, folklore. There's a lot there. Bigfoot seems to not be one of them. Alright, the ad timer turn off. I will let you know when it tells me the ad break has started, folks. And I just remembered I was watching Markiplier play Subnautica 2. I just caught up with his series. I love that there's no number 4. There's no episode 4 because of technical difficulties. God, that's relatable. Like specifically OBS issues. Fuck, man. I get it. I understand. It's telling me ads have started. But like, he brought this. He said this, and I realized that I was thinking the same thing. I just didn't know how to articulate it. Ow! Ow! I just hurt myself bigly. Ow! I just hurt myself bigly. What I was going to say is Subnautica 2 reminds me a lot of Outer Wilds. Actually, no, it wasn't Markiplier that said that. It was Jacksepticeye, who I also watched play it. You know, like Outer Wilds and Subnautica 2 feel like they follow a lot of similar, like, feelings about space that I personally share. And I find that delightful. But also, like, I feel like Subnautica as a series, as an entirety, as a whole, might be interesting to check out more thoroughly in regards to looking for a reference from a comic, because a lot of it is, you end up in a situation, you're in an alien ecosystem, you have to sort of obtain tools to survive. You have to progressively go deeper. You find out the truth of everything, and then the game ends. I guess the story ends. And I think I want the story to end a little bit darker than Subnautica ends. Also, of course, Subnautica 2, the story is unfinished, right? They're doing early access the right way, where they actually are like, yeah, no, things aren't finished. This isn't just literally a finished game, and we're taking advantage of the early access cycle in order to drum up more hype. Like, they're actually, like, doing stuff in the game and updating it all the time. And I think that is awesome, and I think more games should do it that way. To look at reference for that. if I can just sort of realize that the top of this is on the horizon. And it's telling me that the ad break has ended. Welcome back to those who were gone. One thing I remember is I watched the trailer for Legends of Adventure's like Neon Odyssey, and can I just say it looks good. I want to buy it once it's released. You do not need to keep advertising it to me. I will buy it once it's out. I don't want to back the Kickstarter right now. Please, I have no money. I will save up for when it's out. It'll be out when it's out. But like, the tagline of the cruise ship company that's on the billboard is I find insanely good. I absolutely love the phrase "find yourself amongst the stars." That is an amazing tagline. It's like in one of my games. It's like a cyberpunk fantasy game. Like a cyberpunk like setting with fantasy in it. Not Shadowrun. I was not playing Shadowrun, it was Dungeons and Dragons. And like sort of the big company, like their tagline was "We're saving your world." Because like it's the company was started by a previous main character in another game I did in the same setting, and then like a couple centuries passed. And so like it sort of this like little thing turned into a massive conglomerate. And you know, of course, you know, they saved the world at the end of the first campaign that I ever did, and so, you know, we're saving your world. Man, I want to get back to that actual setting. Like, that's the original form of my setting Foldur, that I'm turning really weird now. I want to find a way to tie it back into some of the original story beats from the actual campaigns, which I'm thinking about. I'm just not there yet. Foldur, my favorite setting, my child. I'm sorry, Faden. I love you too. You're great, but also, like, you know, I love my first child, I guess. Yeah, I'm playing favorites. Ooh, there's some detailing on this book. Amazing. Yes, we'll put a little bit of Monica in my life. You know, I like drawing books, I've realized. Like, I realized this when working on that library, which I'm gonna take a break from working on so that I can get some other assets I need to finish, like, done, you know? With the, like, Storytime series, I can have it be the, just chatting screen, but with, like, an extra little library bit in the middle, for the time being. But I want people to know I am working on assets, as you could tell with the, what was it? Just chatting guy. You know, the ringleader. And of course, next I'm gonna be working on the gaming screen, which is gonna be like a carnival booth, with like plushies and stuff of all the favorite games I've played so far. Uh, and like, it's gonna have my guy on this like sort of on the side is like a carnival barker, uh, sort of person, very inspired by that guy in like the in Despicable Me movie, where it's like, ah. You don't get the unicorn! Which reminds me that I found the PS2 Despicable Me the game. It is so ass! It is boring. I was hoping it would be like funny bad because like the minions are creepy in it, but it's just bad. Morgan. SKCH1. Bam. And then. Let me do a study of his. I actually think I need to do a study of his face a little bit. I'm gonna be TBH honest. And then in the sun. Okay, so I need to move you. I need to move you, Morgan! This music moves me, but it moves me ugly. Okay, so his nose goes straight down, but is also very sharp. It's like an arrow pointing down to his big metal jaw. That is good to know. Arrow. Okay, that is this one. And this is stuff I should have done beforehand to be able to actually draw today. Well, not actually draw, but like, there's some stuff that, you just gotta do beforehand in order to get to all the good stuff. Let me do it a little bit off-center to try and, like, actually gauge his beautiful look. Is a big, wide metal chin. His head is actually very tall. I don't know if you knew this, but his head is actually very tall. That is on the wrong layer. So let me put that on the right one real quick. Not by the hair of my metal chin. Probably be like,
Wrong layer,
wrong layer, Kronk! Wrong layer! I'm waiting for it to pop up. Oh, there it is. Heard it. Huh. The stream has a delay, and I'm a little poopy stinky. Wrong layer, Kronk. Wrong layer, Goku. Goku, that's the wrong layer. Oh God, I've seen some animations. I hope I remember to put them in meme chat. Oh, but I saw some animations. I forgot to put them in meme chat. Of like Vegeta, like little kid Vegeta inviting little kid Goku to his home. I find it delightful. I love the style that he does for Vegeta and Goku. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm gonna put it in the Discord. Goodbye, Jens. Vegeta. Vegeta invites Goku to his house. Over. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. It might be my history. Shorts. Found it. Bam. Going in meme chat. I find this fucking delightful. And then I said in the other one, I also like this one. They are fucking wonderful. Let me turn down this volume. Dear God. Dear God, Keith. I'm fucking angry. Okay, so his fucking nose is like that, and very sharp and angular, like an arrow pointing down to where he's going after he dies, known as hell. And then his eyes are very small and squished in like that. And then I think, you know, you can't quite see the mouth, but his mouth is quite big. And of course, very deep folds here. Marine Captain Axe-Hand Morgan. Hey, of course, you know, he makes his chin look very big because he doesn't want to show that he actually has a big-ass Helmeppo chin. Because where do you think Helmeppo gets it? Because this is his father, Axe-Hand Morgan. I might thin the head a little bit. Big ass chin, big ass forehead, balances out, but they're both very big. And then of course, you know, have his ears like, hold on. Let me gauge it in my own body. Okay, so fun fact, if the ears were proportional on this guy's head, here's how they would look, like for how stretched it is. That is not what I'm going to do. Because at least with my ears, the lobes end at the same point where, like, my mouth is at, like, neutral position, like the edge of my mouth, like, in like, height. So, you know, I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that shit. I'm doing it a little bit higher. They're still big, though. God, let me get a look at you. Oh, he doesn't sleep, the judge. As oh God, okay, and then he has very very tight cheeks. Like his cheeks are very tight, like that. So I think, yeah, they'd probably go like that. I'm also trying to consider in my style. Just, ugh, ugh. You know, this also helps sort of gauge the height or like the distance of the brow or like what the brow is gonna be. Cause like it would be something like that. Just Professor Charles Xavier when you say something he doesn't like, he's about to explode your brain. Bother. And the top of his incredible forehead. Yeah, Booga, he got away. Booga, he got away. Would be something like that. And then I think, what would it be? Would it be like about halfway down? Yeah, it's like halfway down. And then it sort of follows the trajectory of the rest of his jaw. Is like where the main jaw piece is. And then he has like these four iron teeth here to make him look scary. The jaw piece! The jaw piece is real! Now here's a real question. Can we get much higher? No, I hate to say it because I do find Accent Morgan cool. Helmeppo has more style. Helmeppo has way more style than Accent Morgan. The short ass hair, and like you know the real like macho man look that he's going for, the super macho man thing that he's going for really just does not work for me. And his eyes are sort of like a thin like half circle where they're like usually well, I mean, here's like I have an idea. Images computer actually would do me nicely. No, I need to say open with Rita. That doesn't help me. That doesn't help me, actually, because like, yeah, those are his eyes, right? But like they're wide and open. What I need, hopefully, I didn't get rid of the screenshots, because this is actually a much better image for me. For me. Character turnaround I can't show because I don't want to show something for a friend's project that they are not okay with me showing explicitly. Can't show those. Already showed those. That's irrelevant. Putting that in, but you won't get to see that until later because that's meant to be funny. Alright, where are... There you are. Alright. And now, as we move him into place, you get to see my son, little Ivo. Oh, there he is. There's my son. A little chunky. Poor Amelia. This is just to better get a gauge on his eyes. Morgan, this is not Morgan's sketch one, actually. This is Morgan Goody. And this will be Morgan Sketch 1. Where are you? Where are you? Where you go? I will remove you from your brain. Ah. And I would like him to be... Oh, you know what? It would actually... No, no, no. I had him slightly off-center for that. Yeah, no, of course he's on center. Of course he's on center. You know, he's a real centrist, that one. A very enlightened centrist. Alright, seeing the contrast there actually helps me a lot. That's nice. I might move him to over here, though, because the main thing I need to see in contrast is his, like, main facial features. And then let me see you in your full form. And then let me see him in all of his big. I think that looks about right proportionally, because, like, yeah, no, the usually, I mean, unless you want to make them look even bigger and bulkier, which I might do. Usually, the shoulders are about 3 of the character's head wide. There are a lot of exceptions and caveats to that, but that is a general rule of thumb. But also, sometimes that just does not apply. Like, for instance, if you're drawing a child character, that doesn't apply. If you are, you know, again, drawing somebody who is big and bulky, that does not necessarily apply. You know, that is just something that sometimes you will have to break as a rule. I opened a window that I should not have. There we go. Okay, and so here's... That goes. Pop goes. Oh yeah, no, that reminds me because Pop goes. I yesterday, during multiplayer Monday, played some Frick Bears 3. I also played some Germa's Big Adventure, which will be a stream game eventually. I feel like that might be a one-off. I don't really necessarily want to make that a full series, but it would be really funny to do as like a one-off if I don't really have any ideas or don't want to get to something right away or just need more time. No, 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 I was right the first time with 3. I am Frieza. I am here to do some drawing. Welcome, chat. Today we will be doing some drawing. Watch me or I will destroy your planet. I am Lord Frieza. Bro, why do you keep saying you're Lord Frieza? It's making me believe you're Lord Frieza less, dude. I am Axe Hand Morgan. I'm going to fucking kill you, Luffy, with my hand. It'd be really fun to do like a whole watch party thing, like raw reaction sort of deal, but with people. I'm not stupid. With other people of the 4 Kids dub of One Piece. Yo, gotta go dreaming. Don't give it up, dreaming. Don't give it up, Luffy, dreaming. Don't give it up, Zoro, dreaming. Don't give it up, Nami. Alright, so there's his nose. I am Lord Frieza. His mouth is not wide enough. His mouth should be bigger and wider. Oh yeah, no, I remember something about that one guy I keep talking about from the Coalition. That's like my favorite guy. He reminds me of there's this like character who's a boggart in the Septimus Heap book series that he really reminds me of. Let me see if I can pop him up because he reminds me of an otter. Uh, uh Septimus Heap Bogart. This is art from like in the book, by the way, and he's known as the Boggart. This is a little bit low fidelity because this is a image, I believe, from 2008. But in the book, it's a lot higher fidelity because it's like directly scanned. I would love to be able to read these books for story time, but a couple of people, I forgot about fucking little Ivo. I can't believe I forgot about my son. But like he reminds me of this guy a bit with like the really, and like this guy's like built off of sort of being an otter man. And honestly, I think he looks really cool. He's one of my favorite characters from the first book. He shows up later, but I have more favorites than him later. You know, I feel like some people in future books are better than he is in those books, but I think it's like I said, it's probably the I said let me pop him up. Hunter the parenting characters. Hunter the parenting wiki. Do not open that for me. No, no. My minor characters. This is not updated. This has not been updated. Oh, great heavens. I do not want that one. Give me a better. With milk and cigarettes, funny thing, I bumped into my father there. What's he doing there? The last time I checked, he was in Vegas. Dear God. And I'll find an image later and I'll put it in the fucking Discord, which you can join. Not you, Gremlin, because you're already there and active and being very, very cool. And you are very appreciated in there. I mean, I appreciate it. He's got to get his life savings back somehow, so he unable to get a passport. At least that's what he might have been a lying fuck. Who knows? But finds his way to Norway. He finds his Norway. And he finds his way north. And then he goes to and then you happen to find him in the shop. Frankly, I call bullshit. You know, frankly, I think that you are a poopy head and that you are an enemy of America. And the long distance coffees back. Oh wow. Wow. You know, honestly don't feel too bad for him, you know. I'm glad he's paying somehow, you know. He never paid child support. That ended up getting waived later, but man, that would have helped us so much if he paid his fucking child support. Having it be waived means that, you know, he doesn't owe me. It would be so funny to be like, hey, like you can't tell, but I'm doing the phone, the phone like hand gesture with the thumb and the pinky. Hey, where's that money you owe me? Like that would be very funny to do. Pull a Percy Jackson and demand child support. It had been legally annulled. I'm sorry. And also, like, I don't know, my dad's not as cool as Poseidon, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know how to break this to you, but I don't think my dad's Poseidon. I forget the god he thought he was for a while, though. Well, that's a thing I never talked about. He thought I feel like he, may have had some severe brain trauma, because there was a point where, like, he believed he had a god inside him. And it was like, oh, it wasn't Vishnu? I think it might have been Vishnu. Oh God, the fun thing about having an insane father, like, in a literal sense, not in like a haha hee hoo funny sort of way, is that, like, you can look back and laugh. Like, it was awful going through. But, you know, now that I'm looking back, it's like, huh, it was kind of funny that he thought he was Vishnu for a bit. You know, he instilled in me a reasonable amount of hatred for the Mormon Church. I see where you inherited the whole Eldritch being possessing a humanish-shaped vessel. Yeah, no, I feel like, yeah, maybe that's where I got it.
I am Axe Hand Morgan. Blah, 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 blah.
Like that too, but also, like, I don't know, I just think it's neat. Like, I'm holding up myself. I am both Marge and the potato in this situation. I hope you know this. I just think it's neat. Getting the ears. Oh, that's what's wrong. I did it too much like that. You did it too much like this, when it should have been this.
I'm Axe Hand Morgan.
The head is too wide, but not my face? I have an idea. You know what I just did? Pull out that! Oh my god. Oh my god, I am so... Oh my god. Gremlin, I just had a great idea. So I use sound elements for TTS, right? I, through that, can do a separate thing that's an audio file and have a thing that's called wrong layer, and then I can have people be able to actually play the wrong layer. I mean, listen, that too, that's another thing we could do, and that'd be great. Right, like, I could do an actual wrong layer thing, like, as an audio bite, and that'd be sick! But, like, why I bring that up is because I did a wrong layer again. I did the wrong layer again. I have to do all this sketch over. But, like, you know, that, the wrong layer comes up enough that, like, it should be a soundbite. Yeah, you did. You did suggest a redeem like that. You you did suggest that, and now I can do that. Because again, sound elements, I can do that. I might not do. I mean, I should probably do it sooner than later. I'll probably need to do a couple of takes. You know, probably use Audacity actually, so that I have a crisp, clean soundbite and can do multiple takes. Which I have downloaded, by the way. I probably need to update Audacity, but who knows? Let me go to Morgan Sketch 1 this time. Let's do it properly, gang. I'm sort of just gauging the chest size compared to everything. I might be completely wrong, but I believe I'm correct, and so I'm gonna go forth with the assumption that I am correct. Oh, the way I said that really reminded me of how Markiplier has, like, Markiplier's cadence. Which reminded me... Markiplier spent most of his life in Cincinnati, Ohio, so even though he was born in Honolulu, I would describe him as an Ohioan. Sort of like how I describe myself as an Oregonian, even though I was born in Arizona and lived there for a little bit. Like, I've spent most of my life here in Oregon. I consider myself an Oregonian. The same way with Markiplier, but with Ohio. But he moved to Cincinnati. He was in Cincinnati since way before 2016. He made a joke about going to the Cincinnati Zoo. He's like, what are you talking about? Ram races? It's 2016. We should go to the Cincinnati Zoo and look at Harambe. Well, go see Harambe, our best friend Harambe. God, I remember when Harambe happened. I remember when he died. Everybody was so fucking sad, dude. I also genuinely think that, like, the death of Harambe did do something to the internet psyche and, like, send us down a darker path. I do believe that. But, in a sort of butterfly effect sort of way, like, I believe that happened. I'm just using this face, because, like, why not? An awesome and cool Pokemon, why not? And, you back on. I'm turning you on! Get ejaculated, jackass! I'm going to merge with the air below. I'm actually going to keep you green. Like Piccolo. Piccolo. I could go for some pickles right now. There's a very specific kind of pickle that I really enjoyed with crackers and cheese. But a very specific cracker and a very specific cheese. It was like heaven on my tongue, and I don't remember what they were called. And no joke, that makes me incredibly sad. I want those pickles again. I want that pickles. I want that kind of pickle. I want that, these were tiny motherfuckers too. I want I want that cheese. I want those specific crackers. I want them all together because it is like heaven came down and it and like gave me the nectar of the gods right before me. It was like crack. I don't actually know what crack is like, thankfully, but it's like plastic crack. It's like Warhammer miniatures, but for your mouth, and not like eating plastic. Plastic. Plastic is crunchlicious. Alright, I need to remember which... Okay, so the right hand is the axe, and the left hand is the Morgan. Oh, he's left-handed! Same brother, man. Gives him a high five, gets my hand cut in half. Mm. Also, it's really funny, hearing Dicey go, do not speak my autism to me, or something like that yesterday when I was talking about, Half-Life VR, but the AI self-aware, and I was like, I put my hand on your shoulder. My brother in Lambda. That's our autism. Wait, no, this one, that's the ass hand. Ass hand Morgan. The USSR. I got asked my opinions on both. You reminded me. I got asked my opinion on both Mao Zedong and Joseph Stalin recently. As like, generally, I believe Mao Zedong was a bit stoopy, a little bit stoopy, but I don't think he was evil. Autism, exactly, it's autism. I think a lot of the deaths that were caused by him were not intentional, which makes him a bit stupid more than evil. Joseph Stalin was just like Georgian Hitler. Like he was evil. He was evil. And I do not like Joseph Stalin. I hope this is realized by any fucking Nazbols that watch me. Marx had right ideas and was a loser. He would love Twitter. Like pre-Elon Twitter, Karl Marx would have loved that shit, man. To be fair, to be fair, 20 million dead is like part of the course of any conflict in Chinese history. Yeah, no, that's sort of the thing. Like to be fair, to Zedong. Like, does that mean I necessarily like Mao Zedong? I don't really put stock in the great man theory of history. So, like, he was just a guy, man. He was just a guy, man. He was just a man, guy. And so, I don't really go, oh my god, he was great and glorious, because he was a guy. He got people killed. but like he believed in something. Accent Morgan having his big axe in his lap. I don't know how I'm gonna fucking do that, but I'd like to. I'd like to see me try. And let's see, he has. Whoop. God, the more you think about Morgan, the more stupid he is. But I fucking love that about him, honestly. I need to undo the arm, well, part of the arms. I have to erase you. I have to erase you because it's going to be centered around. It's going to be centered around the axe hand. Give him a big axe and call him Axe Hand Morgan. Yes. Show me, show me the size. I, I've showed you my dick. Now show me yours. I am Lord Frieza. This axe is fucking huge. Yes. How did he hide this? Man, I can't. Accent Morgan has to learn the fine art of hucking in order to hide his giant axe. Learn it from some lady named Lilith or something. I'm Lord Creamsia. I'm going to cream you. Yes. Wait, no, better joke. Lord Freaksa. I'm going to get freaky on you. I'm going to do tricks on it. I really, I really don't know why he did this to himself. He did do this to himself, by the way. He did axe his hand. Morgan really did axe his hand, and I really don't fucking know why. If he has it up and then does that, then it would be like this. Okay. I really, like, I get why Oda did this to him as an author, right? Because it's like, well, it's so fucking cool. I'm 20 something. And I agree, it's very cool, and I'm 20 something. But, like, in universe, why did he do this? Could you do me a small favor and draw the Chinese characters for Boom Enter the Dragon? I I don't know what those are. Google Translate. Let me go in. English. and then Chinese simplified. That's not a small favor. That's not a small favor. Yeah, it would be something bang da. Not da is da. Yeah, bang da. Which is easy to say. I don't have those on my. What? What? Small favor? Small favor? Yeah, I can get that done sometime today. I'm not doing that on stream. I also need to do another character turnaround, for a friend's thing.